Hi everybody, it's Tom from FindTheBestCarPrice.com. Today we're going to look at this 2022 Volvo XC90. This is the Recharge version, and it has a sticker price of $83,225. What do you get for that? Well, let's talk about some of the packages that this model comes with, including the climate package that's going to have the headlight washers, the high pressure headlight washers, the heated middle row seats. I'm going to show you real quick what's here. These middle row seats are heated. You can control those right here on the center console, the rear of the center console, as you can see right there. That will also include the heated steering wheel. And there is the lounge package. That is going to include a couple of things also, including the headliner right here that is called the Nubuck headliner, and that will also include the massage function on the seat backs for the driver and passenger right here. That is activated right here on the side of the seats. Also the advanced package that has to do with air filtration quality, also the 360-degree view camera, and the graphical heads-up display comes with this model. Here is where you will put that in to actually charge the hybrid powertrain or the electric portion of that. And here is a quick look at the remote for the Volvo. The buttons are located on the side, and like I said, those are power folding side view mirrors, so when you hit that button to lock and or unlock, will determine what those do. Let's take a look at the rear area here. Of course, towing numbers are going to come in at 5,000 pounds, a pretty impressive number. And on the rear bumper, you'll notice this sticker right here, which you'll obviously remove eventually, but this is how you operate the power rear door, the power rear liftgate, whatever you want to call that. And I will show you how that works in real time. As you can see, that doesn't open immediately. Of course, towing numbers being at 5,000 pounds. And if you lower the rear seats and those middle row seats as well, the numbers go for cargo from 11.16 cubic feet all the way up to 64.1. And here is that charging cable that I mentioned to you earlier. And a little bit more of a tour. I know we've taken a look into the back seat area just a little bit. Here is the shade that can be put in place on both doors, the driver and the passenger side. A quick look at the door bin right here. And if you want to lower these seats, how do you do that? You're going to release this right here, this lever right here, and then I'm going to have to push that down all the way, but that's how you're going to maximize cargo space. What about gaining access to the rear seat area? Of course, these seats can be moved forward. There is a release right under here to move the position of the seat to give the rear seat passengers more legroom. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get it out of the way. Obviously, you could use that pass-through to get into the back seat if so desired, or at least your rear seat passengers could. And the seat that I'm sitting behind here is moved forward just a little bit. I don't have a ton of legroom, but it is more than what I've experienced in other vehicles that are three-row SUVs. And of course, as you can see, air conditioning vent right there. This is tri-zone climate control, and here is a little bit of space for snacks. And now, there isn't necessarily a lot to talk about here that we haven't already talked about. You do have a larger door bin for the front seat passenger, and of course the driver over there. The passenger side door is seat memory, located right here. 3 settings for that to be exact. And of course, we'll take a look at the interior of the glove box. Notice there's no handle right here. Here is how you release that, just so you'll know. And there's a look at how much space you have in there. Nothing unusual, but it is conventional, but still plenty of space. And here under the hood is the combination of the 2-liter supercharged and turbocharged gas engine. That's going to be the 4-cylinder, and the electric motor. Combined, they make 400 horsepower, and the torque comes in at 472. That is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission put to the ground through all-wheel drive. But obviously the biggest number that you're probably going to want to know about, gas mileage. On the gas engine only, 27 miles per gallon. That's fairly respectable. On gas and electric, 55 miles per gallon is what you can expect. All right, taking a look in through the driver's side door. Not a lot of differences here. You will find child safety locks right here. You can turn that on and off. Obviously controls for the mirrors, the side view mirrors. And like I said, seat memory for the driver and passenger side separately. I really like that. Open the gas door to fill the gas tank up for the gas engine, and of course Here's how you can control that power rear door from the driver's side. Obviously power seats on both sides and an adjustable steering wheel, tilt and telescopically. I'll just take a quick look here. Now you do have this knob right here. I wouldn't call it a button, it's a knob. You'll turn that to start the engine up. I already have that running right now. There is what the dashboard looks like. Kind of hard to see the heads-up display. I don't know if I can show that to you very well from this angle just because, well, it is what it is in the daylight, but hopefully you'll see it. But it is there. Steering wheel mounted controls, of course, and we will go into reverse here. I'll show you the rear view camera, that shifter one more time. But the reason I wanted to show you this is you don't have to be in reverse to use the cameras. I'm back in park now. I'm going to go over here. Here is the camera option right here. So you can go in and look at everything, including that 360-degree view that I mentioned earlier. Depending on what you want to see, you can obviously zoom in. You also have other features here, as you can see at the top, to assist with parking, pulling in or leaving parking spaces. I can't imagine that really being something I'd use that often, but you never know. But just so you can see what all is here. Now, something I always like to get feedback on. Tell me what you think about what you have here. Here are the controls for the air conditioning as far as fan speed and temperature and all that stuff. Would you rather see Volvo eventually add some kind of physical buttons and switches down here, knobs, whatever, to control all of that? Just makes it a little bit easier in my particular opinion. Tell me what your opinion is. Here is the navigation, which, by the way, not only is available here on the center console, or excuse me, the center screen, the infotainment screen, you can also bring that up right here. And that's something you're going to find on all versions of the XC90 in 2022. So if it's something you've been looking for, well, there it is. Controls for the radio right here. And of course, you have the 12-volt power outlet. Just a quick look at the shifter, which is a nice looking shifter, by the way, not really conventional looking. I kind of like that kind of thing when it's a little bit different. And here is the bottle sitting in the cup holders, just so you can see what's there. And finally, last but not least, the center console. There is the space you have. Probably could use a little more space, but tell me as an owner, if you are, what you think about that, and a little more connectivity right here via USB. And as we hop out here onto the road for our test drive, one thing, even though I just came off of a road that was anything but smooth onto this road that is fairly smooth, paved, very nice to drive on, driving on a road that is not so smooth is still not a bad experience here in the XC90. The ride quality is excellent, and when you pair that with the comfortable seating, it's just a great experience. And that might sound a little strange, so let me explain what I mean by that. Sometimes you have a vehicle that has either a smooth ride or comfortable seating, but not both. And the problem with that, of course, is that one cancels the other out. So in this particular case, you have both. It's very enjoyable to drive. Of course, a very comfortable leather-wrapped steering wheel, heated steering wheel, as we looked at earlier. And by no means would I refer to the XC90, even this Recharge model, as being a high-performance vehicle. It will get you down the road very quickly. As soon as you drop the hammer, I'm going to tell you what, it is so enjoyable to have that kind of horsepower, the 400 horsepower and the 472 foot-pounds of torque at your disposal. Depending on what you're used to driving, I don't know, maybe it will seem a little bit faster depending on your experience. If you're coming out of a vehicle that maybe has a lot less horsepower, well, then I guess it might be a different story. One thing, as I've been driving around here, that I wanted to share, with the phone on the wireless charging pad, at least my phone, this might vary depending on the case that you have, or if you have a case on your phone at all, but I noticed when I got on the brakes a little bit, coming to a stop at a stop sign that you didn't see back there because I didn't have the camera on at the time, the phone was sliding forward. But here's how you fix that. You've got the cover right here. I hope you can see this. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you've got the cover right there. If you move that into place, that will keep the phone in place. Just something that I thought about that you might want to know about as an owner and a driver.
To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.